Racing Pure Later. What brand is that? Pure Later.
Porqueria Later?
I could have gotten
an OEM.
No, I was at the Advanced Auto Parts. All they had was K&N.
Bro, it has a valve, bro. It has a valve. Come on. Come on. Bro. The same shit. Look inside.
You know what? I'm superstitious when it comes to that shit. I have never had a failure with an OEM oil filter.
I never relied on one piece of
I've used the fucking filter made by Amsoil and the engine fucking spun a bearing.
If that's the case, I should have kept the oil filter from a 1973 championship and put it in every fucking car I ever fucking owned. But Jesus, what would happen to this company then? We love you, Pure Later. We love you. Yeah, I think it's the same thing, but you know, so you can sleep at night. We'll go with black. We'll go black. I'm not gonna do.
Black versus red, whatever fits.
We're not racist around here. We go with black, no problem. But that's what you need right here. Get you some of this L14612. Never did nothing wrong to nobody. Put a little dab of oil in here. Dab in yourself. You're good. All right. Well, one less thing. We'll put this shit together on the shit. You got the belt too?
They only had the one.
They had one, right?
Yeah, the HC.
I want to say I had a fucking set of belts that I don't think ever made it to my car, and if they did, I probably put them on the day before it fucked all up.
Well, I had a set of belts. I bought a special set.
You did? It has to be here somewhere then. Yeah. We have these pieces only. I need to make 4 of these things so I can hang that and it doesn't touch.
So it's touching.
Well, the thing was that if I flip this the other way, it's too close to this ABS.
Right.
And this way, there's plenty of room in here to see the wires and still work on them this way. And there's still room to get the spark plugs as well. It's just that you can see on this side, I had to just like rig 2 plates to make the right side happen. Because I had them mounted on the opposite side. But that doesn't give you the clearance. Like, look, this way, there'll be like an inch here, you know, separation. Not miles, but it'll give you just what the factory gave you, about less than an inch around everything. Compacted. If I push it this way, everything will be fine, but all the wires will be sticking out. So I decided to go this way and put the wires to the inside. Because this will be exposed, I guess, through the top here. If you took the alternator out, you could get to these wires. Or you could remove the upper intake, here, these 4 bolts. I'm trying to think ahead how to be able to work on this thing if you have to.
Right.
Yeah, because like, all this stuff will be pretty straightforward. All that lands. The alternator. So I need to have all. What if that's number 1? You see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying, like, you know, this is 4 cables, but I need to go one at a time and connect 4 and connect 4 and connect 4, so they're just one connector. To go from one connector to another connector, you know, what if one day that doesn't work? You go crazy. You don't. How could you test it? What are you gonna do? Sit here and test every single wire? I don't know. I know that the way I've done them before is just to wire them, solder them, and heat shrink them, and you never have a problem. No butt connectors, no electrical tape, and no terminal ends. Everything's soldered. So I think I got these screws a little too long. I want to get them a little shorter. But for the bracket, the one that's gonna hold the bracket, it'll be perfect. But for the ones that don't hold the bracket, I'm gonna get 5 millimeters shorter. That's why I didn't get too many. I only grabbed enough to just start getting stuff like this. Now we have screws. Everything is the right one, the real one, the final screw.
Right.
So I need to get a clamp for here, and I need to get plugs for all these, including the back plate. Plug all that up. Ideally, if I could get all the fluids in it first before I dress it all up, I can see any kind of leaks or any kind of weirdness. Just dress it all up and just tune and finish the fuel system. But I need to finish this little section first before I could just leave that like I'll leave a hose hanging down, and I'll leave the return hanging down as well, whatever length we get, and then I'll just work my way back. I'm not gonna come from the back forward, because everything that's left is gonna be back there. The 2 pumps, that distribution block, and the 2 hoses, feed and return, that's all that's left back there. Everything else is just finalizing everything here. And I'm gonna have to obviously do some wiring to this, because this computer's gonna need a wire. Where's the wire that the Adaptronic is gonna accept from the thing? We need to figure that out. You know, which terminal?
I have one of the cables that goes inside the car.
To something.
Yeah. And then the.
We need to run a map hose to this, because this has an internal map. This right here.
Right.
That needs a vacuum hose.
Vacuum.
That's fine. I got it right here already done.
Yeah.
I already did a hole there. I'm gonna bring vacuum. I'm gonna take a direct feed from the manifold. I'm gonna go from the manifold to the ECU with a filter. Then I'm gonna go something similar from right there to right here. Direct, nothing bleeding, nothing in between, nothing fluctuating the pressure. And the rest of them are gonna get plugged, and then we're gonna do a couple of other throttle bypass, solenoid, and shit like that through the relays. That's why I have this hanging here. I want to finish up this wiring with the 18 gauge wire that we have. So as soon as I'm done with that wiring of those wires, coils and fuel, then we're gonna go on the actual wiring harness portion of the electrical of the car, where the fans and all the other stuff get put back onto the factory setup. And that's it. The electrical will be running the same. We're just gonna switch the fuel pump relay to a higher amperage, and that's it. We definitely need to figure out these plugs. We need to get these plugs at Advance 5.8 or at Napa. Maybe Napa might be better, because Napa might sell them individually. At Advance, you have to buy like these assorted packs, which we could use too. I've used those as well. We have clamps. We have clamps already for the. Actually, these are the smaller clamps for those. I have a hose for here. But we also need to see about that bottle, because that bottle shoots that back into there. If I'm not mistaken, this bottle goes into a tank that shoots it back to there, so it never really spits anything out anyway. I want to see that at the very end to see where it is, because I mean, there's not a lot of room left here.
Yeah.
We could like do some different things. Like there's always that whole area over there that we could put a smaller or a different size. Like we could make a custom bottle for that. And or like we haven't even done a catch can. Now, this engine shouldn't need it. These engines don't typically need that, but it's another accessory. It's not bad to have. Let the motor breathe. Yeah. In a hot state like
when
Florida.
I went to Sebring with my 93 FD once on the track, you know,
it started to snooze
I
everywhere.
got blackballed, man. The oil was coming out everywhere.
Yeah.
From the G-force turns, you know?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why wait till that happens, knowing that when you start pressing the envelope or start having fun for a little extended period of time, yeah, it needs to be able to have it needs to be able to have a handle on itself.
Right.
I think that's another thing. But again, until this is all said and done, and we don't see what actual landscape is still available, that whole area is very prominent.
Right.
We could do a windshield, whatever, or this, that, and the water catch can all right there, you know, if it didn't fit here, because there's going to be some dead space here.
Yeah.
So we didn't know if we're going to put the catch can and one of those little batteries just to have a closer source of power, period.
Right.
So, you know, these cars, you know how they get.
Yeah.
You flood them, you did this, you did that. You're not going to like, oh, you get 2 tries if you fucked up, now you're going to have to call somebody. That's kind of stupid. You know, I'm not going to get as crazy as a boat, but I would totally, on all these Mazda, put a 1, 2 all and 2 batteries on any fucking Mazda. Because if you forgot your fucking shit on or something, you just go, oh fuck. Kick, boom, all. Charge everything, off, done. I mean, you know, this is just, it's the same money. You're gonna throw it this way, you're gonna throw it that way, but what did you get? You gotta get something in return. I think that's a lot of commodities. Like it's not a race car. It's not like a race car with relays and toggle switches. You gotta know which one's all, like flying a helicopter. Should be pretty simple. So I put it this way. And this way gives you room for the spark plugs, room for the cable, space all around, but it touches here. So all I gotta do is make this plate that I need to make anyway, shorter. So I did this, I cut it shorter. So I hadn't finished doing this one. The middle ones are just gonna be short like this, so that these things are way up here off of that and gives you space all around. Plus you have room to access this from here. You know, over the intercooler, you'll still be able to stick your hand in here, you know what I'm saying? Like once the alternator's on here, it's only right here. You still could access that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just gonna make that the other bracket shorter so that the thing could be raised up.
You can just do that with these brackets too.
I can, but that's who the fuck are you gonna show that to, bro?
No, I know.
That's how that kit that came over here looked like. Did you see how they did the AC on the 93? A L bracket, a plate across threaded, weld that bitch, weld that bitch, weld that bitch. That's
talking about the black car?
That car that you got running real nice?
It was a fucking abortion. Worse than an abortion, an abomination.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do that, dude. Look at that. That's hideous, and you can see that. But it's working. That's all that needs to be done is this. 2 of these in the middle, and we're done.
Okay.
It's only on 1 screw. Don't yank on it too hard. You're gonna rip the threads out.
But I'm just, yeah, but we can't. We don't have room.
No, man. There's. All I'm gonna do is lift that shit, man. So we're done. But I gotta find out off his car which coil is which.
I got it right here, bro. The paper's right here.
I'm sure.
2 sheets of paper. That was.
Let me look under the car. If it's here,
It's right here.
it flew.
Is this for the injector? I got the coils already over there.
Aha! Aha, of course. This makes perfect sense. Oh. God damn. Yellow with green is L2. White. White, green, and what the fuck is that? L with O. Alright. I got an idea. Injector. Oh, nice of that.
What?
Nah, I talk to myself sometimes. Green, white, yellow with green.
What with black?
White with black? L, looks like L.
Isn't that a B?
I don't know, I guess it, no, not like that. The middle one. The middle one's the signal. The middle one's the signal. This is ground. The outer right is ground. The outer left is power. Center is signal. Green, white, yellow with green.
Yellow that's left over.
What?
Black and white.
Someone remove this man, please. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. I'll let you know if I'm confused about anything else. Okay, that's weird. This one, I guess. So we have. Take my bitch off. Just like that. Ooh. bad, but it's like nothing. Why me?
That's so cute.
We're obviously not looking at the same fucking harness. We're definitely not looking at the same harness here. Here are 4 coils right here, right? Guess what? None of the middle, all the middle wires here are fucking black. So, we'll just go try it a different way. Outer right green. L1. L1. Outer right is, looks like yellow and green. Green, L1. White, T1. Yellow with blue. Yellow with green. Yellow with green. It's a bad time to be colorblind, people. Sure, that's yellow with green, right? Sure. L2. See, here's what I'm saying. See here? It is. It's light blue with orange, which would be L/O. And this wonderful misprint here matches. So L with O is T2. Just wipe some dirt off here, make some room for the name. T2. All right, the motor should survive now.
Good to know.
There's no way in hell I'm gonna fucking pack all these fucking double connected shits on the back side of there and like not create a mountain of cables. So we're gonna have to wire this anyway. We're gonna have to cut and flip and flip and cut. What I don't understand is like why they added this.
The ground? The common ground?
But they added it. It already has. These things have igniters, so they have a power ground, signal wire, and an additional ground.
Maybe that's for a more solid circuit. Right?
It is. I just thought it wouldn't be necessary, but I guess they did a good job.
Just not used to it. Redundancy and.
I mean, I worked on Mazdas for a long time.
Well, that's not a Mazda part. That's an aftermarket part for the
coils.
Stop it. They might have actually put some effort into.
They might have actually put some effort. These parts were not built on Fridays. Mazda factory seems open normally on Fridays.
Well, they just do everything marginal, man. Whatever they got to do to get away with making it run.
Money's money. You never mentioned a fetal farm going on, man. Hey, those
I bought that whole big roll at Home Depot for, I think it was like less than $30.
Yeah, I know.
You can order it.
A black. Right.
Black, big old.
That's what I'm saying. If I redo it, I'm not gonna redo the sides in wood again. And if we had to, we would. No, because I want to make a more permanent piece.
Why can't we make a mold? Do a fiberglass piece.
The mold is tricky at this point.
Listen.
It has to fasten together in and out of the car, one piece, without taking the
carbon
whole car
fiber. CLR on it.
But listen. The problem with having a mold is that that's a very voluptuous.
I don't give a shit how big it is to ship.
Let me finish.
To be honest.
If we sell the plates with the pieces, the things already in place
to build it themselves.
Yeah, you could either make those pieces out of fucking billet, skinny billet, with have a lip on them.
Well, I bought some steel to make them with too. I don't know.
Or plastic. Print that shit. And then have the
ABS,
the black stuff.
ABS.
Yeah.
The side could be ABS, but I thought some real thin sheet of the marine stuff. Remember I told you last time? Not Lexan, but that marine laminate, like with Marine Tex or whatever they make that. The wood, not so thick.
Anyway, the point is that you could sell it in an envelope.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but we're sending. If they're gonna buy the whole kit, they're gonna get the radio. They're gonna get a
a bulk box anyway.
Yeah,
yes.
So.
Yeah. The bulk of it is not the worry. The worry is the fitment and the thing.
Right. Well, I'm thinking some kind of rubber air flaps that attach on the top, so you have that access to get in.
One.
Yeah, I understand.
We'll make the second one with a little bit more better materials. Not that they're better, they're just gonna last a little bit longer. As we do that, use that, and see every little thing that I'm gonna nitpick about it, then I'll be comfortable saying, yeah, let's make it like this, because I'll think of a way that thing could be like, oh, it's on there now, 3 screws, and the thing comes out, but everyone's forgetting that that's not a visual piece, that's a functional piece.
Yeah.
You don't just put it in there, and the fact that it's in there, it's working. If that thing has seals, leaks, holes, and it's not functioning properly or bleeds out at a certain mile per hour, you have a pretty piece that's gonna destroy your performance, and it's not the engine. So
yeah, but you know what? If you have a tiny little leak through there,
well, tiny little leak is one thing, but when you make one piece that just throws on there and you can't see where it's mating up to, you don't know if it's working or not. You're gonna go and step on and see.
Years ago, like the first intercoolers that you could get, they would all fucking leak between the vanes. In fact, there was
that's fine.
One of the radiator companies that started putting epoxy on the tanks. Eventually, the cores got better and better.
Right.
But
look, but the whole point of putting that box is to direct air. If you're directing air and you have a bleed, you wasted your time. It needs to make sure the air gets through there. If I put this box in there and I fasten everything, I bet you my life that nothing will leak there. That's a part I'm willing to buy. I want on my car. I'll take it, man. I'll you know.
I want that part honestly to be like we talked about. To build it and think about it.
I don't think that might be necessary because of the way that it's assembled. So far we have this going first, then this going first, and then we're putting in this in last. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. We could put in the box first, then slide in the intercooler, then I add the pipes. I mean, a million ways. The point is that if you do it the second way I mentioned, you can make one piece with just a mouth and a seal, and you just jam it in there, you jam this in there, you torque that thing down, there's no way it can have a leak.
Okay.
The way we're making it right now is the first way I thought of it. I need to seal everything. I don't know where the points are. I don't know if I'm going from here to there, here to there. Remember, you were explaining all that to me? Until we got the first one finally done, and it's everything everybody needed. Yeah, but functionality needs to meet aesthetics and stay functional. We can make that thing in a carbon piece, like he wants to, if we put that thing first and then put the intercooler in after, because that guarantees the seal. You can't put the intercooler there and have 4 points match perfectly in some box that's 3-dimensional getting it in, you know what I mean? Like there's no, putting it in the first way, it's like you have to do it this way. You have to make sure you fasten
everything's got to be a little flexible. That's the reason why all these fairings and all this shit is made out of rubber.
There's 2 receiving ends. The radiator section and the intercooler section. The radiator, you can't do nothing, it's on the car. Right. The intercooler cannot be on the car if you want to put this thing in between, you understand? If you take the intercooler out, you put that piece in, it's guaranteedly sealing perfect because you know it fit perfect because it was made that way. The way this one's made to be fastened. Right. Not just because that's how I wanted to initially make everything connect. Now we can make a one composite piece, so yeah, like we could, but the next one I'm gonna make is just gonna be out of a little bit black and not wood on the sides. Black thing and a black side ABS plastic or just something not wood. Something that lasts a little bit longer. Just something.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. The side's got to be stronger than the.
What is the wood? 1/4 inch?
Yeah.
So 1/8 inch in a polycarbonate something will be 10 times stronger.
That's
and the same weight.
That's that water treated shit.
Yeah. No, I know that thing's good enough. I just don't want to sell it on board.
No, I understand. A piece of plastic would be much nicer.
Something would look more like in this environment. If it was black plastic, it wouldn't look like it's out of place. That's what I'm saying. I don't want a million screws and shit. That's just how we did it.
Well, if it's black plastic, then that solves the issue. You could make it with a lip and have your little nut plates there.
Right, yeah.
And that solves the issue.
If it was an ABS, it would just have a double bent edge with the S already. So it's a piece of plastic that a machine comes and bends the thing with heat and then chops it off. So you have a lip left.
Yeah.
And then those are all pre-drilled. You drill them wherever you want and you put your screws.
And then you give them the top piece and the bottom piece already cut to size. All the guy just has to do is pop them in place.
If I wanted that thing in carbon, however much it would cost, it just slips in, you press it together and you lock it in like an Oreo, like a sandwich. One piece, the thing, and then that. That's it. It wouldn't have to have any fasteners is what I mean. If you wanted it that way. The only difference is the receiving faces. Like I put 2 lips, 4 Zeus, you know what I'm saying? It didn't have to have that. I could have put an outer mouth and an inner mouth. And the inner mouth just seals into this. There's no way that the air could make an S turn. You know what I'm saying? Like there's ways that I can make that so it's a one-piece drop-in. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I never saw it before like that. Now I could see it, but you cannot have both pieces. Your end plates cannot be there. You gotta take one out. That's the intercooler. You take the intercooler out, you put it in, and when you put it in, you snug the pipes together, and that's it. That's the way to do it. And then you tighten. Well, we have to figure out a different way for this because then how's the thing gonna go through here? These are the bolts from the bottom.
Look.
So right now,
as long as you put a rubber lips, like when you close the door, what do you call the molding?
A weather seal.
A weather seal that slips into the edge. That's it, bro. You bang that up against the intercooler and you're done.
We're already done. We're gonna make one more like that, and then we're gonna let somebody figure it all out because we're overworking it. Like we're overthinking a fucking box.
Yeah.
You want it in carbon? Okay, it's $1,000. Deposit? Thank you. It'll be to you. Hey, listen, these are the dimensions. Make it in carbon. Make it seal like this. Thank you. Like, do we make boxes? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not our problem. We already made a functional piece. It's not a diamond, but it's a gem.
It's a beautiful piece.
That's what, it's a functional piece.
Fucking spray paint it, take it to a
I'm not even gonna do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing shit.
Like shit.
Bro, listen,
so it's black.
When I take a shit, I flush it. The shit works. The shit works. It doesn't need to look pretty. It doesn't need to look pretty. The third, fourth through a 1,000 needs to look pretty. The first and second one, they just need to hold together around the block over and over again. That's it.
We'll paint it black. Don't worry about it.
No, man, I'm not gonna paint that. I have to make another one, guy. I mean, I want to create a fire because you probably got a bunch of flammable shit in there. And this is thick as fuck, but look, it's trying to. Let me get something else. Wrong with that? I mean, we have no pressure because we have no fucking air going to the machine because we don't fucking have a fucking real hose. We have fucking Walt Disney World fucking air hose.
Maybe that was the problem.
You know, the problem is everything, bro, and that's what I'm so annoyed. It's like, I could be here for 29 hours a day, I still won't get nothing done. You know? Like, what am I gonna get done? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Fucking definition of crazy. Do the same shit over and over like something's gonna change.
Dash 8, dash 6, black, gray, hose, 15 feet of that too. 1/8 inch national pipe thread.
bung and steel. And you need 7/8 02 sensor bung, steel. I'll get 2 of these and 2 of these. This is just 1 and 1. That's this guy. Gonna take that. So you can see the thread. It cannot be this long though. This long ass shit. We need it shorter. That way you know what it is. I was gonna cut this one in half and use 2 pieces, but you saw the one that we put on the downpipe. That's a much better bung, man. This thing is like a piece of pipe that somebody threaded. Whatever, you could use that too. I'll put this in a bag for you so you know. Just a couple details I haven't thought of.
It's electric.
Oh, this one's electric? Uh-huh. Everything, huh? Pass me a 90-degree male. I need my phone or a light so I can look across the tunnel and shit. Okay, there's room. That's what I was worried about, that there wouldn't be room. I mean, there's not fucking miles, but at least there's some room. It goes up like this. So you have plenty of room in the front to put a fitting, a nozzle, whatever. So we need to come with -6 and -8 from here to come out that hole. And then from there, I'm gonna do my little fuel tree. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna take that straight and wrap it and come up here, or just come across here around all this and go straight down where, right on the outside of this, where this oil line is. I'm gonna come around this with the fuel outside and just away from everything that creates heat.
Yeah.
See what's up with that water outlet coolant thing. That thing's gonna kill me. I'll be done with this shit in 2 seconds. I still won't be able to cap it though and put it on. Have that line. I leave that line hanging. There's 2 lines right there. I mean, technically, I can even shoot down the back of this thing, but I'd rather just come over here and get away from everything, because everything here is going to radiate heat. So if I come over here, I'll be on the cold side of the car. And that's better that way. You leave this car running for 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, it won't overheat the fuel. So that's good. I need though, I'm going to need some more of this real good hose. Oh, actually, you know what? Stainless steel hose. Some of this high pressure fuel hose is what we need to use to connect the pump to the bungs. Let me check the pumps. You have the pumps. what they're on. Okay. That should be okay. Take out that actual first one and do this, which is now I'm gonna finally need this piece, and so we're gonna make those ones out of the plastic. Those are fine. Hose. Flash. The only thing we're missing is something like this. So we'll put a plate in this shit. Where's that other piece that I have? I think it's at my shop. Where is it here? Yeah, I need this, the aluminum, and this ring will spin just as faster. We're gonna have to go to. I saw a piece of pipe the other day that fucking looked like this. Oh yeah, that's nice. It is. So, what are we gonna do? What are we going to do? These things work. And fuse for one fuel pump, but we're gonna put two, so I'm gonna have to up the leg that goes to this. We're gonna have to see on this fuse box, see if that has enough wire to take two pumps running tandem, because if it's not, I'll just run another relay here to run the fuel system, and it'll get triggered and toggled by the adaptronic. But again, one more thing to run, so I need to run a 15-foot cable back there if it's gonna do that. Or, yeah, I have to do that, because if I have to see what this is. If this thing doesn't have more than 15, I need a 20 in order to run those two pumps at the same time. 15 is good for one, maybe two. We lose pump, we lose power. Let's look for the bulkheads.
You know, that's what I think's happening in my car.
What?
Pump.
Pump's taking a shit?
I think it's the pump, though.
It's not making it idle weird, but it could be bad. How many miles?
For you?